started, there we go. Hi everyone, this is episode 24 of Primetime Wrestling UK, and I have Samantha with me and a special guest, Lisa. Say hello.
Hello.
Today we're going to talk about the WWE Network, as well as Raw and a little bit of Royal Rumble, as well as Hall of Fame, and Dolph Ziggler's concussion. But first, I'm going to start off with talking to Lisa about some of her wrestling highlights. What did you see? What was your first pay-per-view you went to? Or no, not pay-per-view, a wrestling event you went to?
As far as I can remember, in 1990, when The Undertaker debuted at Survivor Series, is my earliest memories when I really started watching wrestling. And also, the feud of Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, when they did that whole bit in the barbershop.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's my earliest memories of a very, very young wrestling fan.
You started before me then. I started in 91. So you started just before me then. Yeah, I remember watching the Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty thing. That was like a big deal at the time when Shawn's put him through the glass window.
Yeah.
I know my sister was gutted because she loved the Rockers. Yeah, it was one of those moments you never forget. Who's your well, this is a silly question, but to anyone who doesn't know Lisa, tell them who's your current favourite wrestler?
That is Barrett.
Way
I
Barrett.
like mainly everyone, but I just have certain ones that I like to follow their careers. But Daniel Barrett, Wade Barrett, being the primary one. Damian Sandow, Luciano, Dolph Ziggler, Antonio Cesaro, CM Punk, The Shield. Just to name just a few of them.
Yeah. Do you think Shield's gonna split up soon?
I think for each one of them to elevate themselves as a singles competition, they would have to eventually. But when is the big question. Whenever Roman Reigns and CM Punk got wrong, they were basically saying, hey, he's the better one if he beats me. So he did.
Because I know I heard the Shield are supposed to be doing some sort of a pit signing session. Do you remember where it was?
New Jersey.
In New Jersey in March, about 2 weeks before WrestleMania. So if they're going to do that, I would have thought they're still going to be together at WrestleMania, which makes me think they're probably going to turn on Reigns or something at WrestleMania.
I think so. They would have to do something like that at a big event. WrestleMania would be the ideal.
I was kind of hoping they were going to have the Shield against each other at WrestleMania in a triple threat. I think that would have been quite a good match.
Yeah, for sure. Plus to have some build-up to SummerSlam as well.
Yeah. On that note, Batista's coming back next week. Do you like Batista?
I liked him in Evolution. I was always a fan of his aggressiveness. I'm interested to see, when he comes back, like who's going to go after. It looks like it might be Del Rio, but I'm hoping it's him versus Brock Lesnar because I think it would be a very impressive
Yeah.
match to see.
Because of what I've heard, it looks like we're not going to see Undertaker against Brock Lesnar because Undertaker likes to work out his match beforehand, and they're not sure they'd be able to get Brock Lesnar to do all of that. But yeah, Batista against Brock Lesnar would be a lot better than against Del Rio. I wouldn't want to see that. Because I'm not much of a fan of Del Rio's anymore as it is, and I think that match would be... One, it would be predictable, and two, I don't think it would be that exciting. Because if he fights Brock Lesnar, that could go either way, that match. Some people think that maybe he's going to... I personally wouldn't be surprised if he goes after Randy Orton when he comes back.
That would also be interesting. They were one part of Evolution.
But they were talking about having Triple H against CM Punk at WrestleMania, which would be funny because I'd be on Triple H being one of my favourites all time, and Samantha's favourite being CM Punk.
But I like Triple H too.
Oh, I know, but you're going to support Punk, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
So it'd be quite funny standing next to each other. I'm chanting for Triple H, she's for Punk. Be lively.
You have to wear the shirt. You have to wear a Triple H shirt. She has to wear a
Yeah.
Well, I did last time, didn't I, when I went to... when I was at WrestleMania.
Yeah, when you went to WrestleMania, you wore the
Because
Punk shirt.
we went to a house show and I spent $100 on CM Punk merchandise, and then I just wore it all to WrestleMania. So, let's go.
It's funny, Samantha had next to her at WrestleMania Miami, was it people really hated Punk, didn't they?
They were saying about how he sold out against Jericho. You know, the match against Jericho, he was saying about how he was selling out, and I just wanted to go over and give him a piece of my mind. I just want to have an argument with him.
I had people next to me in Miami for when Shawn Michaels was in the ring. They were Bret Hart fans, and they were really saying rubbish like Shawn Michaels is overrated and all that. And I was so close to just going whack round his head just for the sake of it annoying me. What's the next question? Wrestling bucket list. Obviously, you're going to WrestleMania in April. Apart from that, have you got any other things, ambitions wrestling-wise, events you're going to go to?
I for sure want to go see a Royal Rumble. If Money in the Bank is still a big pay-per-view, I would love to see Money in the Bank pay-per-view as well. SummerSlam, I've never been to the SummerSlam either. Just basically like the ones that you guys would consider the big pay-per-views, I would love to go to see what those are like. Because my first pay-per-view I went to was actually TLC in December.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun, so I look forward to going to more pay-per-views.
Cool. Diva, what, growing up, what diva did you look up to, if any of them?
What diva?
Yeah.
I really loved Miss Elizabeth. I really thought that she was beautiful. Among the others, actually Luna. Luna was this kind of like scary character, but I really thought that she was impressive and I hope she had the whole team. I give some credit as well to Sable because, I mean, like as far as men's viewership, I think she really stepped up with boundaries, and it's kind of sad because I know towards the end of her first run in WWE, I felt she was really improving in the ring whenever she left. Then, of course, like just Shadows might be one of my favorites. You just have so many, and Victoria is actually one of my absolute favorites as well because I think even like at her age, she moves around so well. Like there's just so many that I do here.
Who's your current favourite diva?
Well, I would.
Got you on that one. Got you on that one.
I'm really hoping that Donna actually.
Really?
Yeah, kind of. Like she used to be a bodybuilder. Now, and I really would like to see how she can use her strength that she has and and all of that, her accent as well, like in the ring, like how she goes over the ring. A lot of divas that I think are really improving, like the Bella Twins, I think are improving greatly. Natalia, I've always been a fan of Natalia, for years. There's just so many, and even in TNA, like, I think Gail Kim has a ton of talent. I know Victoria's not with me anymore, but I would also count her.
I think the problem with people like Gail Kim was their personality.
Right.
That's why Gail Kim never made it in WWE, I think, because she doesn't really have a personality. She's good in the ring, but I think then the crowd couldn't connect with her really, could they?
Right, and I also want to add that like the divas
What was your views on Michelle McCall? Did you like her?
Michelle McCool?
Yeah.
I really thought that she was great too. I loved like Cool when they were around. Layla as well. Like that's what I mean. Like it's so hard for me to name one, that I like.
Yeah.
There's so many that I like for so many different reasons.
Because Michelle McCall got this bad reputation through some of the fans anyway, just because she was dating Undertaker. They used to say that they would always say that she was using Undertaker to get to the top and all this sort of rubbish.
No, I don't believe that. I mean, I think that she has enough talent, that she had enough talent to, establish herself as a diva.
What do you think of Caitlyn leaving?
I mean, I'm sad to see her go, but at the same time, I'm happy for her to be able to venture out the stuff that she loves at the same time. But I know that me and her fans, like myself, are gonna miss her for some reason.
Oh, she's getting married. Well, I don't know when she's getting married, but she's engaged. Yeah, I think with her, it's just she wasn't being used anymore. She had a moment, and then once she lost the belt, they just forgot about her, didn't they, really?
I agree.
Who do you see being the breakout star this year?
This year, there's really several. I'm hoping that they would showcase Cesaro a lot more this year.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the strongest people on the roster. I certainly very much hope they will showcase, that he's better if he'll get them again. Unlike Peter Sons and lots of Sandow, Dolph Ziggler, there's just so much talent that I think he first. Any member of the Shield, any of them.
I think at the Shield, the more likely ones is one is Roman Reigns, probably because of his size.
But I think Rollins is probably my favorite wrestler.
I feel though that I don't know. I might be wrong, but I get the feeling Roman. What's his name? Was it Seth Rollins? Sorry, Seth Rollins might get left behind in it a bit.
I hope not.
No, not either. I think he has a ton of talent. And Ambrose is probably one of the best ballers that I've seen in years. As a breakout star.
I'm kind of hoping one of them will win. It's a bit far off at the moment, but Money in the Bank in July.
I hope so.
You probably wouldn't get Roman in it because he's quite big.
Probably.
I think you would get Roman Reigns in it because Kane's been in it, Mark Henry and all
but
that.
Kane didn't do that great in it, did he?
Kane won it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kane won Money in the Bank and then won the world title. Do you remember that the other year?
I'm sorry, do what?
You didn't hear me, did you? He was saying about big men being in Money in the Bank. Smackford thought it wouldn't work Kane being in it, but he did actually win it the other year and then won the world title the same night, didn't he? So yeah, there's sometimes it doesn't always work. I think having people like Mark Henry in the Money in the Bank looks a bit ridiculous. But
Oh, yeah.
who's your favourite wrestler of all time?
All time. Undertaker is my favorite of all time. He'll always be my favorite. Always. Number 2 is Stone Cold for sure. I have to say for Rock Awful, Bridgewater, but there's so many, but Undertaker has to be my favorite. He was the first one I saw. His first one I really got into, so.
So he's basically the reason you started watching, is he?
Right.
Same with mine's Ultimate Warrior, so.
Yeah.
What was yours, Samantha?
Macho Man.
Oh, Macho Man.
Man Undertaker.
Randy Savage, yeah. What have I got now? Now we're going to talk about the WWE Network is coming up on. I think this gets going up on 24th of February. It's $9.99 in America. It's not coming over to the UK apparently until the end of the year or early next year. But it seems like a good deal, whether they stick to that price or add on another thing. But you can get all the pay-per-views every month, as well as other things like from the past, as well as recaps from Raw, and they're going to do like a Big Brother sort of style thing with the Legends wrestlers, which will be interesting to see. But yeah, that looks promising, as long as they don't take it off of Sky Sports when they come to the UK.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you have to stream it off your PlayStation, which can be a bit of a pain in the backside. But always, over the years, we're growing up, always hoped we'd get a wrestling channel on TV or somewhere or another. We're finally getting something like that. What else we got? We got Royal Rumble. What do you think of Brock Lesnar against the Big Show?
Brock Lesnar against Big Show?
Yeah.
I have to see how that plays out, because I think it's still very early in the feud. You know, I haven't really seen a lot of like big promos, come out yet. So I'm interested to see how this plays out. Actually, like I think it's gonna be a very brutal fight. Because I mean, Brock Lesnar wants to fight Big Show and Big Show. So I'm interested to see how this ends.
They can't have the same ending that they had the last time, though, where the ring collapsed, because you've still got a Royal Rumble to come.
Right.
That'd be interesting, Royal Rumble with the ring on the floor, wouldn't it? God almighty. Who's your favourite to win the Rumble?
I think CM Punk. That's who I'm hoping to win. That's I think he should win.
I'm going for Bray Wyatt as a dark horse. But I think between Punk, Daniel and Bray, but I don't think Daniel will, because I think Bray will make him eliminate himself or something like that. It's more likely. I'm looking forward to Rumble, because I get the feeling there's going to be quite a few surprises. And we had Return of Jake the Snake on Raw. What do you think of that?
Oh my god. I thought it was great. Recently I watched a documentary, and I have to tell you, it is the most meaningful and realistic documentary of a wrestler I've ever seen. I thought it was very sad, but it was very true.
Well, did you ever see him on? Did you ever see a DVD called Beyond the Mat?
Beyond the Mat, I have not seen it yet, but I've heard a lot about it.
He was on that. He didn't come across too well on that back then, because he didn't want to know his daughter, and yeah, he's had a struggle over his lifetime, that's for sure. It was nice to see him though. He looks better thanks to DDP, and he's cut his hair as well, which was quite funny to see. It was funny, did you see Dean Ambrose's face when the snake was on he was actually smiling. It was quite weird how he got a kick out of that.
Well, no.
You could just tell that he was just ecstatic. But it also be similar, who knows, but that moment was great.
I said it was either that he was marking out, or he was just so scared of the snake. So he was like,
I think it was a little mark out moment he had there. He was like, I can't believe Jake the Snake's putting his snake on me.
Yeah, I'm just so happy to see Jake the Snake. He looks so much better than his last appearance. I mean, it was just an amazing surprise, because I don't think anyone saw it coming.
I don't know if you've seen Roddy Piper's tweets today, but he's hinting at something big happening on this Raw. And there's speculation that it could be Hulk Hogan.
I think people are expecting him to come out then, I think, on
Yeah,
Old School Raw.
There's some sort of speculation to something between Roddy Piper and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania, which I'm not sure I'd want to see that at their age. I don't. What I'd like to see is just Hulk Hogan come out at WrestleMania, while like what he did at WrestleMania 21, where someone's getting beat up in the ring or something, he comes out and takes them all on, something like that. Just a little cameo appearance, just for that mark out moment. But I was expecting, because when everyone was saying how good Raw was, the ending, I was thinking it's got to be Hulk Hogan or Ultimate Warrior, something like that. Jake, I didn't even think about Jake the Snake, you know.
Yeah. Especially when he said, "Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to be at the Rumble."
Yeah, because he was saying on Twitter that he hadn't been contacted, and you know, he obviously had been, and it was like, bloody hell. It's nice to be surprised though, because you don't get surprised that often anymore because of the internet. Internet's taken away a lot of the surprise moments now, hasn't it, really? Because everyone knows what's going to happen before it does these days.
Yeah, especially now. That's true.
Yeah, there was Dolph Ziggler, I presume you heard he's got concussion. We was watching Superstars today with his match with Ryback, and I presume it was his clothesline that did it. But I personally think Ryback should be fired, to be honest, because he keeps injuring people. And he's just, they can't afford to have Dolph, because people thought Dolph was going to have to retire, but of what I've read, he's going to be okay. And they can't afford, people like Ryback drive me mad because he's clumsy, and you know, he just keeps, this is like the second concussion Dolph's had in about 8 months, I think. Keeps having him, he'll end up having to retire, which would be a huge shame. Yeah, I think that will do it for this week's show. Thank you to Lisa for coming on the show for the first time.
Oh, thank you. Goodbye.
We'll be back in 2 to 3 weeks, just before Royal Rumble, to talk about that, and Chris will be back for that. So he wanted me to do a shout out for him, so hello, Chris. Anyway, that's it for this week, and we'll see you soon. Bye.